for council this morning, and I'm going to a sort of informal event afterwards. So, but it is a privilege to be able to come here, even though I'm not able to stay terribly long. I will just, first of all, just acknowledge that the land we're standing on is Aboriginal land, land that was stolen and never ceded, and a product of a terrible genocide in Australia's history. I'd also like to acknowledge all of the distinguished guests, and in particular the organisers of this expo, and also the Nepalese community. I think an event like this, made in Nepal, is an extremely important event, because Nepal is surrounded by big, powerful countries, and I think expatriate communities play a big role in supporting the economies as well as family and friends in their home countries. And we've got a big community of Nepalese people in Australia. I know in Meribet Council area, but in the community is spread throughout Melbourne, and there's a lot of Nepalese businesses popping up all sorts of different areas. And so there's a big role that the expatriate Nepalese community in Melbourne, as well as the supporters, me and others, can play in supporting the economy of Nepal through expos like this and through Nepalese businesses promoting Made in Nepal, but also the friends of the Nepalese community participating in that as well. I think that is really important roles that expatriate communities can play, and I know do play. So it's a privilege for me to be here and support this event, and I look forward to continuing to support the Nepalese community. In my own suburb, I live in the suburb of Glenroy, and there are lots and lots of Nepalese businesses in the suburb of Glenroy, but in many other areas as well as community groups. And there are community groups represented here as well. And the role of the community groups is also very important, especially for involving not only people who've chosen to migrate to Australia permanently, but to support international students. And life is hard as an international student. Sometimes there's not enough finances, people don't have close support, and so the role of all of the community organisations to really make sure that there's support for different parts of the community, whether it's international students, whether it's grandparents who've come over here to support their families, or people who are experiencing relationship breakdown and family violence. It is, the role of the community organisations is also incredibly important. So, it's my privilege to support this community. Thank you very much.